Okay, and so now it's time to move on to the next chapter. So the next chapter would be the education chapter that will be presented by Prof. Habiba from USM and Associate Professor Dr. Morgana from UCSI. So let's welcome them, please. Prof. Habiba and Dr. Morgana, the floor is all yours.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gartin.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gatini.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for attending this MPS Open Day. I'm Prof. Habibah Abdul Wahab, and it gives me a great privilege to introduce you MPS Pharmacy Education Chapter with Associate Professor Dr. Morgana Sundari Rajagopal. Right, so let's start, Morgana.
Yes, let's start, Prof.
So next slide, please. Okay. So we both are the co-chairs of this chapter. When we started, being assigned to be in the education chapter, the first thing we were asking ourselves is, what is our vision? So, so all of our committee, think hard about what we want to achieve, right? So we vision to improve national health by facilitating evidence-based pharmacy education and scientific advancement in innovation, health services, and medicine expertise. So that is our first vision. That really in line with our MPS motto itself. Okay. And we have a mission. So our mission is to provide. So mission is actually our objective, right? To provide a national platform for engagement for all professional leaders in leadership skills, academic provisions, and education. We aim to develop and advocate evidence-based frameworks and tools for education development and supports for MPS members. And we would like to facilitate education awareness on development, access, and responsible use of medicines to all of us. So as much as possible, all our activities in achieving these objectives or missions will be aligned with FIP development goals, especially with FIP goal number 1. Okay, right. So to achieve our okay, let me introduce the committee members first, right? I'm quite nervous. I don't know, for some reason. This Saturday afternoon, suddenly I got butterfly in my tummy. But let me introduce MPS Education Chapter members for the term 2021. I'll start with myself. I'm Habibah. I'm the MPS Vice President 1, and I have been in education sector for 22 years. Okay? I'm the current Dean of School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, USM, and it's been so privileged to co-chair this chapter with Professor Morgana Sundari Rajagopal, who is an MPS Council member. She's also a Fellow Dean of a Faculty of Pharmacy in UCSI University. So this is a great thing for MPS right now. So we have a Dean from the public university and Dean in private universities. And everyone should know that actually in Malaysia, the private universities are more than the public universities, right? So it's a great opportunity to work together. Prof. Morgana has a practice experience of over 20 years. And with us, we have so many pharmacist leaders from different backgrounds because we believe this is important to ensure that pharmacy education is inclusive of all fields of pharmacy. So in this committee, we have Puan Bharati Suraj Chan, graduated in 1997 USM. She's a certified compounding pharmacist and mental health instructor, and TTT Malaysia. She got the certification from Australia. She's also a certified HRDF trainer and coach, and a life member of MPS. Okay? She's also MPS Council member. We also have Mr. Low Peng Yeo, who's bringing us a huge and vast experience in community pharmacy. He's the founder of, he's a co-founder and former CEO of Constant Pharmacy. He has experience, and in fact, he's a member of Committee of Inquiry of Malaysian Pharmacy Board. And he is very passionate about, introducing the pharmacy careers to undergraduates. So he's available as a guest speaker or forum panelist at university on topics of community pharmacy practice, business, as well as preparing fresh graduates entering workplace. Okay, so please do contact our chapter if you wish to have relevant talks at your universities or areas. Okay. We also have Dr. Siti Maisara, who's also a life member of MPS. She's a secretary of our chapter, so she's doing all the hard work now, right? And she's a clinical pharmacy lecturer in USM since 2009. With us, we are also very honored to have Datin Mariani Ahmad Nizaruddin. She's been a council member. She has a vast experience in MPS itself, being a council member since 2014. She has been MPS former assistant treasurer, vice president 1, and current council member, my MPSA national advisor, CPD chairman, and co-chair community pharmacy chapter. And she's also teach at University of Cyberjaya. We also have an illustrious professor here, Professor Khairul Iqbal bin Muhammad Amin. He's a professor of pharmaceutics in UKM, a council member of Academy of Professors in Malaysia, head of medical and health cluster of Academy of Professors Malaysia. But I'm afraid to read out all his CVs. We will finish, maybe 2 hours. Anyway, with us also we have Dr. Shireen Alwi. She's also very experienced in MPS, being MPS Assistant Secretary and currently teaching in UM. But last but not least, in fact, we have among us the most experienced educator here. That is Professor Yeo Peng Nam, who is a life member of MPS, has been a council member since 1998 to 2020. So you can get a lot of history from her. She's been a member of several committees, headed grants and award committees, CBD committees for many years, recipient of MPS Clubs of Welcome Pharmacist of the Year Award. And we are very honored to have her advising us here. So to achieve our vision and mission, and we have planned several activities. Some of them are ongoing. So with that, I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Morgana to present the activities planned by MPS at chapter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Habibah. Very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome again to this wonderful event organized by the committee. So I'm very, very honored to work with Prof. Habibah here. She's very renowned in her field, and it is indeed an honor to be able to work between public and private universities in Malaysia, and co-chairing the education chapter of MPS. So let me just go through a brief roundabout on what are the activities that we have done so far and what we have planned for this year. So some of the activities, as you can see on the screen, are, okay, we have pharmacy educational seminar series that we have planned and lined up, and some even completed. We also have pharmacy career talk. So why do we feel that this career talk is very important is because one of the ways that to improve the quality of graduates that are in workforce at the moment is to have a clear understanding and expectation of what it is to be or to represent themselves in amongst the other pharmacists when they are graduated. So this is very important, the expectations and the demand from the workforce. So by having numerous sharing sessions, guidance, mentorship, coaching by experienced pharmacists, this will definitely be enriching the students before they actually graduate. Then we also have lined up pharmacy mental health and management education training. This, of course, will be led by our committee member, Ms. Bharati, who's a certified instructor by Mental Health Management Australia, and she can certify pharmacists as responders. And we definitely see between Prof. Habibah and myself and the committee member, we definitely feel, and also we can look at the statistics statistics that see a huge rise of mental issues, not only among pharmacists and healthcare practitioners, but also among the public. So this is a very, very important area to look at. And of course, the most important thing is certification programs that we have that will be planning and hoping to get everyone's involvement in this as well. And of course, the pharmacy education curriculum discourse. So one of the evergreen thing among pharmacists is that not only that we are established medication expert, but ongoing education is absolutely pertinent for every one of them, so that we really matter. As this morning, our president has said that we should not be competing with the doctors, rather position ourselves as a medication expert that we sometimes do see lacking among pharmacies, where they lack confidence and so on and so forth. So how do we enrich this, so especially in the industry and community practice? So this is some of the events on brief that we have planned. So moving on, the first one, Pharmacy Educational Seminar Series. Now, as Prof. Habibah has mentioned, that we are aligned to the FIP educational goals, where the main initiative would be to coordinate all the activities related to pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences education, and also workforce development, where indeed a lot of training comes about. And one of the other alignment would be to integrate various relevant organizations and leaders who are working to improve the health through advancing pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences education. So this is very, very important. So in line with this, what we see is we also look at the FIP Global Advanced Development Framework, the GADF, where one of the main intention is to support the professional development and recognition of pharmacy workforce. So most of the activities that we have planned will be aligned strategically towards these goals, right? So if we look here, the first one on is Pharmacy Educational Seminar Series. So we have a few lined up, some have been completed and some in progress. So we have the first one's MPS BioLife Educational Campaign on gut health. We also have MPS Sanofi Respiratory Pharmacy modules and MPS Education Podcasts, where we are planning weekend chats with our pharmacists in relevant areas. So this continuous engagement is very, very important in our opinion. Then we also have various MPS education webinar series, as we can see online here. Right, so this is the MPS BioLife Educational Campaign that ran successfully, completed last year. We had 3 series of educational campaigns on predominantly on the digestive health. Right, and we also, like I've mentioned just now, pharmacy career talks are very, very important for future pharmacists. And we have one of our committee member, Mr. Lo Peng Yao, who successfully conducted to date about 11 talks distributed over public and private universities. And even next week, on Monday, he's having another one in one of the private universities. So this is has received very good feedback from the students, all right? And then this is another one that we have completed on the 17th of October last year on mental training, which has received fantastic reviews from the participants, as we can see here from the online feedback, right? And apart from all this, like I've mentioned, the educational certification program is very important. So CMAT is something that has already been done with MPS and Blackmore's Institute for a long time. So what we want to do in line with this is to repackage this into a program where pharmacists should be able to take the entire range from bronze to platinum, so that they become complementary medicine accredited pharmacists. And this is very important in line with the preventive medicine, as that is the in thing in the healthcare medication at this moment. So then this is what I've mentioned just now, the pharmacy education on curriculum discourses that we have planned ahead. All right. And now with all of this planning, what we absolutely need is people and support and from all of the pharmacists. So anyone, we welcome all pharmacists, pharmacy educators, researchers, scientists, and practitioners to join our chapter. So we have a scanner code there. Please do feel free to scan it right now, pull out your mobile and scan it and fill it up and join us, because our engagement includes all on from various stakeholders, as we have put it on screen right now. And what we want to do is to facilitate evidence-based pharmacy education in advancement for the national healthcare. So with this, we also have provided both our emails for Prof. Habibah and myself. So please do come and join us and offer your expertise, support, and motivation. So thank you very much. Over to you, Prof. Habibah.
That's all. Thank you very much, Prof. Morgana. So I think we finished just in time. So we welcome any questions, but most importantly that we would like everybody to join us, contribute, because this is a very important for pharmacists, because the education starts, before you go out there and start practicing. Okay. Thank you. Now go back to Ms. Kartin. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Habibah and Dr. Morgana. So any questions for them, please? Okay, seems like everyone have understood very well about the education chapter. There's no questions. So very well then. Okay, but if you have any questions later in future, you can reach out to them through their emails or their contact details they mentioned earlier. So thanks again, Prof. Habibah and Dr. Morgana once again for enlightening us on the education chapter.